I want to talk about the importance of showing up every single day and creating your own luck through hard work. Because most people nowadays, they don't simply want to work hard. They want to get lucky. They want to simply have all of their goals, dreams, and aspirations come about without ever actually putting in the hard work and doing what it takes. And that mindset in and of itself is very delusional. It's very lazy and arrogant. And it's all of the things that are going to keep you down and never make you successful. Because please understand, we are in an age where you need to simply create your luck. And it's actually not that hard. Because if you simply have a goal in mind, an ambition that you want to achieve, and you do every single necessary step in order to achieve that goal, on a long enough time frame, you will have that one lucky day where everything goes right for you. Your idea gets enhanced, blows up by 100 times just because you simply showed up every single day. If you have a goal and you only show up 3 days out of the week, the rest of the 4 days, one of those 4 days you could have gotten lucky. But you simply decided to be lazy and you missed your own luck. You could show up 7 days out of the week doing what it takes, putting in the hard work, and not get lucky. And you need to understand that is simply okay. Because life as a man is duty, it is purpose, it is drive. And you may go your entire lifetime doing what it is that you know you must do, and it never truly pay off the way you want it to, or the way you think it will. It's just simply part of being a man, doing the right thing, telling the truth. Don't miss a please or a thank you. Be polite. Do what it is that you know you must do. Stop scrolling on social media for too long. Don't hang out with useless people for too long, because they're simply going to weigh you down. They're not going to help you elevate. So please understand, we are in an age where you need to simply create that luck. And how are you going to do that? By showing up every single day and doing what it is that it takes. And like I said, you might show up 7 days and put in the hard work and it doesn't pay off. Well, could you be putting in a little bit more work? Could you change up how you're doing things in order for it to start to pay off? Now, simply don't do things to get lucky. Simply don't do things for it to truly pay off. Do the things you know you must do because you understand it is your duty. It is your purpose. And it creates a sense of honor as you do it. But that's just the mindset of people nowadays, is they just simply want to get lucky without putting in the hard work. And they need to get rid of that mindset and understand it'll never just come to you. Nothing is handed to you. You must work for every single thing that you want. And if you're not prepared to work for every single thing that you want, then no one's going to do it for you. No one's going to wake up every single day and say, how can I make this person rich? How can I make this person successful? How can I give them all of their dreams and goals and aspirations? How am I going to get that person to drive a Porsche, Lamborghini, a McLaren? How am I going to get that person to get rich? How am I going to make that person have muscles and know how to fight? And build a strong mentality that nobody can defeat. And a strong physicality so that nobody can defeat them. How? No one's going to do that for you. You need to simply do it for yourself. Because people will sit there and say they don't have time to work out. So you're saying you don't have time to work on the only vessel that you have that is going to drive you towards your own success. You're simply saying you have no time to better yourself. Then what do you have time for? Oh, you're scrolling on social media. Or, oh, you're hanging out with those friends. Well, then perhaps you simply just deserve to lose, friend. Because if you sit there and say you don't have time to better yourself, and you do things that are absolutely useless, you do things that are absolutely futile towards your goals, then you simply just deserve to lose. Because you don't have time, that's basically just saying you don't feel like doing it. There has been endless times in my life so far where I didn't care whether I had the time or not. I simply just did it. If I was tired, I still did it. If I was sad, I still did it. If I was happy, I still did it. Depressed, anxious, I still did it. Because your feelings should have zero bearing on the things that you do. If you allow your feelings to overrule every decision that you make on a long enough time frame, you're going to dilute yourself and become your own downward spiral. Because feelings change very drastically, very quickly, very suddenly. And if you change along with them, your perspective will change. How you view yourself in the world will change along with them. And is that anywhere near beneficial towards you? Absolutely not. And you need to simply understand that. Those who shift with their feelings and rely on how they feel before they perform are very slow. They're very slow individuals. And they will never truly win. Because while they're worrying about how they feel, somebody who, irregardless of how they feel, performs will always beat them. They're the quick one. And you need to be quick. You need to be faster than everybody else so that you take what is rightfully yours. Let's say somebody in a job interview is interviewing you and they just see you as slow. They just see you as you don't even know how to introduce yourself. When somebody asks you about yourself or tell me a little bit about yourself and you simply are, my name is Bill and I'm 34 and I like to play soccer and go golfing sometimes. Do you see how I just took a good, 15 to 20 seconds just to simply say a few things about myself to somebody else? It's a very slow mindset to have, worrying about your feelings. That person sounds very uncertain of who they even are because they're uncertain of how they feel. But if somebody comes up and asks you, tell me a little bit about yourself. Oh, well, my name is so-and-so, 22 years old. I like to do this. These are my favorite hobbies. I understand these certain things about this job position. And I do understand that if I do perform in such way, it's going to benefit not only the company, but it's going to benefit myself as well, too. These are the things that I like to offer. I like to offer this, that, and this. And you go down a list of how you can benefit them. You're putting yourself in the utmost best position. That's just in a job interview setting, right? But if you extrapolate what I just said and apply it to everything in your life, the areas that truly matter, you will understand that those who worry about how they feel are always going to be slower. It's like the rabbit and the turtle. Slow and steady wins the race. That is probably the most cope thing I have ever heard in my entire life. Slow and steady wins the race. You want to be like the turtle, yeah? You want to sit there and just go through life very slowly, waiting for somebody much quicker and effective than you to fuck up so that you can win? Because understand, the rabbit, had he stayed mission focused the entire time, would not have gone off and done fuck all and lost to the turtle. Because a rabbit is going to always win against a turtle. That's just simply how it is. That is realistic. It's delusion to say slow and steady wins the race. It is realistic to say a fast, purposefully driven person will always win the race. That is much more realistic. Had the rabbit done what it is that he know he must do, he would have simply won the race. But it's the cope loser mindset that makes these things up so that they make themselves feel better. It's like somebody that wants to stop doing something. I've personally been blessed with the ability to simply stop doing anything that I don't see necessary to do, that doesn't best fit me. If I want to stop doing something, I will simply stop doing it at a whim. I will stop doing it instantaneously and never care for it again because I know it doesn't benefit me. And that just comes with simply doing what it is that you know you must do. If you take the necessary actions and necessary steps, you will win. You won't sit there and make up these cope sayings or have this cope mindset to stop doing something. If you have an addictive personality, well then understand you have an addictive personality and blink your eyes and cure yourself in real time and stop doing what it is that you know you must not do and take the necessary steps to win. Because the necessary steps is what's going to drive you to win. If you aren't willing to take the necessary steps, then you're basically saying you don't want to win. You're basically saying that you are not strong enough to win. Because if it's necessary for me to simply stop wasting time with people who I know are never going to amount to anything and are simply going to drag me down along the way, if I know it's necessary for me to stop hanging with those people, I will simply stop hanging with those people and never look back on it. Because you must do what is beneficial for you. If your friends are just fun because they do a funny thing every now and again and they get drunk on the weekends and it's just super fun to hang out with them, does that really matter though? Does that really have anything to do with your success? Absolutely not. If you know that you should work out, even though you're very, very tired, even though you're very exhausted, but you know you should work out, and you don't do it, then you're not taking the necessary steps. You're basically saying to yourself that you're weak. And if you're weak, you will lose. Because the people that want to go to the top aren't going to ever worry about how they feel. They will simply just do. And if you think about it, if you had 1 year left to live, hypothetically, how would you spend that last year? Now, most people would say, oh, I would start doing everything it takes to win. You know, I would do this, I would do that, I would travel, I would talk to my loved ones more, I would do this and I would do that. But would you really do that though? You've now been given the knowledge that you have 1 year left to live. And that's all of a sudden going to change your entire output on life. But you didn't do it beforehand. Why didn't you do it beforehand? Oh, because you thought that tomorrow was guaranteed, that next year was guaranteed. Please understand, tomorrow is not guaranteed. You may have said, yes, 1,000,000 times, I'm going to do this tomorrow, and yes, you've done it the next day. Absolutely. But you need to understand that tomorrow is truly not guaranteed. Because there simply is no tomorrow. You can plan for it, yes. You can hope for it, absolutely. But there truly is no tomorrow. So if you took every single day and squeezed the time from it and did what it is that you know you must do, then you've completed that day. And if you're blessed to see another day tomorrow, you must do the exact same thing. There simply is no tomorrow. You've planned for it and it's come about, yes, but that was never guaranteed in the first place. So you must simply ask yourself, do you want to truly win or not? Because you're now only wanting to win, understanding that you have 1 year left. But why didn't you want to win that badly before? You're never going to get a second life. You're not coming back. When you pass away, that's it. You're going home. You're done. You're not going to come back a second time better and saying, oh man, I need to do this. I need to do that. I didn't do none of this in my last life. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. Let me go ahead and do this and do that. And then start taking the necessary steps. No, you only get one life and one life for a reason. I simply think that if we were all given multiple lives, you would be a million times worse. Because if in this one lifetime that you are so blessed to have, you simply choose to be lazy and don't amount to your goals and have these delusional mindsets and negative cope mentalities, if you're doing that now in this one lifetime and you come back, you'll just make it worse for yourself. You'll make it absolutely much more worse for yourself. Because if you didn't do it now, why are you going to all of a sudden do it later? Who's to say you won't come back for a second time and be monumentally more lazy, be significantly more arrogant, and fail even worse? Because, oh, I got another life. Oh yeah, I'm guaranteed a third one. That's why you're simply lazy. That's why you simply don't have any energy or drive to amount to anything, because you think everything is guaranteed when it simply is not. Tomorrow is not guaranteed, so put out today as much as you possibly can, so that if tomorrow does come about, you've set yourself up in the best position to continue forward.